think the potential of the club, the playing staff that is here, and the potential to add to that playing staff, and I think where the club is at, it just seems to be similar to my own situation, where there's a potential to achieve something that could be really special, and that's the thing probably that excited me the most in the recent period.
Yeah, I remember the first day Brian was in. Met him upstairs, I think, in the canteen or in the corridor.
But it was the unknown, really. We were starting fresh, starting again.
I remember when Brian and the staff come in, and the first day we had a meeting in the changing room.
Obviously I knew loads about Brian and the staff, obviously knew where they'd been before.
Next thing was he came down to the dressing room, we had a team meeting about the season, about him and about the way we want to do things.
What I wanted to do each day and every month as it was going to go on.
I think it only took really sort of 2 or 3 days of him on the training pitch and just talking to him to realise, you know, he was good, and he was, you know, he was very on it, and yeah, it was really nice to see, really refreshing.
Brian is different to what I've tried with other managers. Great coach, but also a really good person, and we worked really hard in the pre-season on very specific stuff, and we felt pretty early that we were working.
I was really impressed straight away. All of us as a team were talking, and we're really excited and really looking forward to the start of the season.
There's so many different things to do, and so many ideas in your head that you have to try and make sense of, and then first with your staff, and then try and convey that message to the players individually and collectively, to try and have a team identity and idea of how you're going to try and play in games and ultimately win for, you know, a supporter base that's got behind us since, again, the very first day of pre-season.
I started definitely to see the way we was going to play, and yeah, I couldn't wait to get out there with the boys and start being involved.
In the training sessions we were doing, what we were learning and what the principles and stuff he was putting in play was, yeah, it was what we needed, and the level of it and the stand of the training and all the sort of things he wanted to bring in and around the building were exactly what we needed.
I think the pre-season trip was really good for us, that time away when it's just us, forced to spend time with each other all the time. You get to know little things about each other you wouldn't otherwise. The weather out there was just boiling, like way too hot for me. I'm rubbish in the heat, so yeah, some real tough training sessions and lollipops on the side waiting for us.
That was hot. I remember the heat, it was hot. And the training was intense. I think it was a bit of a shock to the system for everyone, how intense he made training, which again is the key part to the success we've had this season.
Yeah, I think them trips are always massive. You know, we've got a lot of young lads that are trying to settle in still. We've still got obviously a few experienced lads. It's just about being together really and enjoying these moments of being really tight-knit.
It was nice to be with all the boys and really getting that team bond back, especially obviously after the season before, what didn't go to plan. So it was nice to be in a positive environment with the boys.
And it's when you look back now on the journey we've had and sort of where it started to where we are now as a team, how we're playing now versus then. You know, we've just been learning continuously throughout the whole season and growing.
You almost go through pre-season with an excited sense of what could be achieved, and a lot of excitement and nervousness as you build up towards our first game, which eventually went so well for us.
Peterborough was a wicked day. The sun was out.
Yeah, I was nervous, yeah. I was excited though. Obviously I played 2 games and they were both away, so I played in front of the away crowds, but yeah, to play in front of the home one was something I dreamed of, obviously coming through the academy. So
Perry got injured, and obviously being the other right back, I sort of had like an inkling that I'd be starting. I was a bit nervous, but mostly excited. Yeah, I just thought I could just trust myself. So yeah, going into the first game, I was very excited.
It was such an impressive stadium, such a good place to play. Like, you walk out there and it's like, wow, this is unbelievable. And to be walking out there with the armband on with all the other players that I've grown up with, spent loads of time with the last 5, 10, 15 years, like, it was a real special moment for us all.
I remember walking out, the sun was out, and yeah, the crowd was buzzing for it, and so was I. So yeah, it's a feeling I can't really describe. I haven't got many words for it, but it's unbelievable.
I think it could also be a bit of a defining game as well, really. I think we've got 1-0 down through a penalty early on. Personally, I was getting feelings of sometimes last season when we played so well and got a bit unfortunate. The other team score against the run of play and we don't really get the results we deserve. But I think that's one thing we've changed a lot this year is we have been getting more results than we're deserving of. I think after half time it was like, wow, we've played so well here. I was obviously a captain that day. I felt like I needed to try and take responsibility of the game, try and step up. I was probably one of the most experienced players on the pitch. I think Joel won the free kick early on, which he does all the time, wins loads of free kicks. And I'd scored quite a few in pre-season, so I was feeling really confident over it. Probably wasn't the most ideal angle or position to shoot from. Yeah, but like I said, I felt like I wanted to try and take responsibility and step up and help the boys. So yeah, this is a good opportunity for me to shoot. I was feeling confident in my technique and where I was at them, and then yeah, I just decided to shoot, and unfortunately I caught it really well and I'm in the top corner. So
it's Tanner and Rubin Colwill stood over it. It's an awkward angle for a shot on goal from Colwill, but he lines up to it and he does and he does pick up the top corner. It's a ludicrous piece of skill from Rubin Colwill, the Cardiff City captain, to draw the Bluebirds level.
Yeah, it was a turning point in the game really, and all us from then on really, I think so.
Ollie had it and he laid it back, and it was the perfect weight, to be fair. And all I thought on my mind was to just hit it.
Capaccio off the underside of the crossbar. Goalkeeper fooled again. The Bluebirds lead.
When it went in, yeah, my mind was all over the place, but I was able to celebrate with my team, which I thought was really nice. We went on to win the game, which was also really important for the first game. So yeah, it was a really good moment, and it's a moment that I'll cherish for a very long time.
That game almost set the precedent for what was going to happen through the season. A lot of younger players, a lot of energy, loads of togetherness, loads of fight. And yeah, it didn't really matter what happened in the game. Like, we were going to do our thing and see where it takes us.
The constant word I would use is excitement. You know, you start to get a sense of how big this club is, what it feels like to come into the Cardiff City Stadium on a Saturday with a real sense of expectancy and excitement. Thankfully, we managed to produce a performance that I think our supporters enjoyed, and ultimately win the game was the icing on the cake.
That is finally the final whistle, and Cardiff start their 25-26 campaign with a win on home soil.
That's one of the special parts, I think, when you've had a really good game, we've performed so well, and got the result at the end of it, and to walk on the pitch, clapping the fans and the boys. Yeah, you knowing you've done the job, the work's been done, everyone's happy, and yeah, the feeling that everybody in the stadium can't wait to come back again next Saturday to do the same thing all over again. I think that's really special.
If I look back, I remember it was probably good, that Port Vale one after the Peterborough one, because you could see we probably got too giddy and got too thinking, this league is going to be a breeze. No one said it, but you just get that feeling, and it was just proved that we was on fire that first game, and then you go to Port Vale away. It's a tough place to go. Luckily we got a draw. We probably should have got beat that night, but I think that was an eye-opener early doors for especially some of the young ones, that this season it's not going to be just simple.
Davis falling into the box. It's a good corner. That's a great save. Rebound goal. Ashford the scorer. Here's the result be. Colwill goal. Turnbull with flight, and Salech with a goal. Colwill drops in to an inside left position here. Now pick of Salech at the edge of the box. Salech thinks about the return, sets up a shot for himself instead. Can't get out of his own way though, so he's got Ashford to his right. Ashford, Turnbull there. Turnbull feathers it to Capaccio. Ashford will shoot instead. Oh, and he's picked up the top corner. Jules, Kean Ashford's going after him. Jules just steps aside. Square ball. Ashford to Salech. Salech to Colwill. It is the third for Cardiff.
Yeah, I think there was just a strong feeling within the team and a lot of confidence throughout us all. We felt like we started the home games well. It's always easier playing on your own pitch and in front of your own fans. At the start of the season, I think a lot of teams were sort of feeling maybe they could bully us or get on top of us where we was a young team, but we proved that we could deal with the away games as well.
That was a fun game to be a part of. Obviously, a lot of action. I'm sure for fans watching the game that it was fun to watch me dive around, and yeah, for me it was a good game.
Ball in. There's a deflection. What a save from Trott. That might be the best one so far. This time Luton goes short. Ball into the area. Headed a goal from McGuinness. Save by Trott. Ball is careering around, and Trott gets to the second ball.
To get the reward at the end with Chrissy's top finish at the end was one of the best feelings ever, to get a 1-0 win away at Luton. And these type of games early on really sets yourself up for the rest of the season. So I think those games are just as important as the ones in the end.
Willock, Rubin Colwill. Back to Willock. Capacchio's come very narrow, tries to get away from his man. Is he fouled? Referee says no. Willock wins the ball back. Willock, can he feed Robinson? He's going on his own. Willock scores! Nutmeg, he's into the area. Can he shoot? Can he score? He can.
I think whenever you start something new, you always speak about how you want it to go, and then you hope it does actually go that way to get everybody's buy-in and belief. And the players, like I said, interpreted what we wanted to do really well, and the results in the first month were outstanding, albeit a lot of the performances were a little bit inconsistent, and there was different elements to all performances that we had to show to get the results we did. But from that point, the foundations were pretty strong and provided us with a really renewed sense of optimism for the rest of the season.
We're in the Welsh capital and the Bluebirds are flying in the early season. A near perfect start for Cardiff City. 13 points taken from their opening 5 games after sinking back to this level. As for Plymouth Argyle, just 3 points on the board so far. That's 3 more than they had a week ago though. Can they add to that total? Tom cleverly trying to bring about a resurgence as they look to plot a route back towards the second tier. Oh, Sorinola, he's not cleared that either. Capacchio, shout of handball. Oh, it's all happening. Wintle, that's in. Oh, a thunderbolt for Ryan Wintle.
Yeah, I was thinking, is Rubin ever going to pass me this ball? Obviously, he laid it off. I mean, it was a lovely strike. Literally, put your laces through it and hope it flies in. Some would say you're trying to pick out the top corner and whatnot. I mean, obviously, I was aiming to score, so yeah, I'm just glad it went in there. Yeah, I was buzzing because obviously that really set us up, because I think we played really well in that first half.
Willock now. This could really sting. A second. Just 2 minutes after the first. Rubin Colwill takes it again. Davis, Robinson central. Isaac Davis, it's 4. And we're into right territory now at the end of the game. Another goal in an excellent start to the season for Isaac Davis and an excellent start to the season for his club. And it is a scoreline that reflects their absolute dominance.
Yeah, we had a good start, especially at home as well. I feel like it was probably the very hard work Brian and we did together in the pre-season. From the first day, really, we played how he wanted us to play, and that was because of all the work we've put in the pre-season with him. And it felt really good to go into the season knowing and feeling that you're already rolling and know what to do, and that everything was working out as we expected and was planning to.
Yeah, I didn't realize at the time that it was the record at the club. I think someone told me at the club that it was the record. But yeah, it was an amazing feeling. Obviously, when you hear that you've broken a record, it's it's a big moment of pride and joy. And yeah, it's a special moment for me. And it was probably the best possible start I could imagine coming here. So I set myself up for a really good season.
We obviously started the season really, really well. I think we knew internally there was a lot of stuff we needed to work on, a lot of stuff we needed to get better at. Obviously the results were going away, but I think there were a lot of defining moments that probably helped us win those games.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Cardiff City TV. Welcome to Edgeley Park in Greater Manchester. Edge of the D, takes a shot, deflect back to Osborne, left-hand side of the area. Clipped in and saved by Trott. Pushed over the bar, and it's Anderson again. Here's Chambers. Is he fouled? No, he isn't. And Wooten slid in to dispossess Bagan as well. Flick ball into the box. Perry NG's pushed Anderson over. And a penalty is being given. And Cardiff are incensed. Yet to concede as a Cardiff goalkeeper. Does now, though. Stockport captain makes no mistake. Cardiff still have an opportunity here. Willock, clip ball in, Salech's in there! And Salech's got an equaliser! 96 minutes into the game. Stockport have fallen asleep, they've lost their man. And Salech's got a free header inside the 6-yard box.
I mean, I've scored late goals a few times now. I mean, it ended up giving us a point at that time, and also we were still unbeaten. Felt like we had a good confidence, and especially when you score last second like that, and you still haven't lost for I don't know how many games it was. It felt like you're still riding like a wave of all the good work and everything we've done in pre-season.
We stuck together and we battled and we managed to get a point. So I think games like that probably go under the radar now were massive and defining at the time. And as the season went on, obviously we learned and improved from those moments that we probably need to get better at to make ourselves more inevitable, really, that we're going to win the games.
I feel like a lot of people were doubting us about it before the season started. I think that was a really good answer back almost to show that we could still do it even on games where we didn't play our best football.
Yeah, I think early on it was really good vibes, really good energy, and that sort of freshness and excitement was almost carrying us through those moments maybe that we needed to go away. So yeah.
City keeping the ball moving. Kian Ashford. Ball. Yeah, Calum Robinson scores for the Bluebirds. There's the breakthrough.
And Cal gets his first of the season.
Turnbull. Ooh, header drops kindly for Osho. Robinson's there. Cardiff 2 have one back.
It's always hard when you look back to kind of measure certain parts of the season and think about how significant they were, but probably in the early rounds of that Carabao Cup we rotated our team to a strong degree and probably saw The strength of our squad, again, we didn't have a lot of numbers, but every player that played contributed massively, and we were pretty clear that we were going to treat every single game on behalf of the club very seriously, with the idea that the further we went, the more significant and memorable the games could become, and that's been the case based on how professional the players navigated the early rounds.
And that was a real big game for us, because playing against a Premiership side, which made changes, but at the end of the day they've got a top manager. It was against Premiership players at the end of the day. So what I liked about that night is that we still done the same thing what we was doing in League One. We went there and still pressed the same, still played the same, still was open, still played the same football.
The early rounds we put in good performances against Cheltenham and Swindon. I feel like the performances were really strong, and I feel like, you know, people from the outside could see how we were starting to develop and how strong we were really building as a team.
Davis crosses. It's going to come for Perry NG. Re-delivers into the area. A chance for City. And it's turned home. It's more than what City deserve. And it's Joel Colwill. The Bluebirds have started this game in the opening half an hour brilliantly. And they've got their reward. Ashford's gone over to take that throw in. Space here for the City winger, combining well with Calum Robinson. There's a chance here. It's Rubin Colwill. Calum Robinson, it's 2. Well, what a first half it's been for City. It's brilliantly worked. And Calum Robinson adds a second goal for City.
We used that game quite a bit, weeks and months after that, as in that was like our marker, because I feel like to do it against Burnley away, then we could do it against anyone. And we literally pressed the life out of them and ended up getting some good goals, and that was a real good night.
And there goes the full-time whistle.
Inside to Perry NG. Rubin back to NG. Can he sort his feet out? He can! And Cardiff lead through a deflected Perry NG finish from a tight angle on the right hand side of the area.
If results haven't gone our way, I think the ability that we've had to bounce back from that has been another thing this season that's been, you know, really, really good. Is, you know, reacting to a setback, if you like, and that's been very consistent. When something's not gone our way, we actually analyse the game, and how we performed and what we wanted to achieve has always been consistently good. I think that's the most important thing for me in a season campaign, is having that consistency, even if the result don't go your way. It's having the performance there, and I think more often than not, that's always been there.
Yeah, the Leighton Orient game was a crazy game, really, yeah, because we looked like we was in control as always and scored. I scored quite early, probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something.
Willock, scooped ball to Robinson, who can let it run across his body. Robinson! Makes no mistake, finally a bit of quality in this game.
It was probably a tough pass to deal with. I remember facing my own goal, and you know, I could either play the long one back to Nathan or try and turn my man and keep playing. And we knew the Leighton Orient were a man-to-man side, so I thought if I beat my man, it might open up and we might get a chance from it, and it did. And I kept going, and I wasn't going to shoot until the crowd started screaming at me to shoot.
pressure from that ball from Wintle, but he's done well to roll away from Ballard, and now stretching his legs forward, still going, edge of the area. He's got Colwill to his right, Lawler shoot himself and scores! Dylan Lawler can do it all! It's a ludicrous goal.
Probably was my best finish, but you know, it went in the back of the net, and that was the main thing. To go and celebrate in front of the Canton end was again something I've dreamed of.
Next minute we're behind, and I was thinking, "No, this can't happen."
Ballard, can he get a shot away? He can. It's Lawler with the block, Capaccio with a second effort, El Mizzouni with a third. Joel Colwill and squirmed home. Rebound finds Ballard, left-footed effort, curler. Oh my word! That is some strike from Don Ballard.
We made a few subs. I think Hughes come on and scored to make it 3-3.
Colwill, right-hand side of the area, clipped into Salech. Yes! Who scores? Pinpoint header at the near post.
I said my mentality was like, we can't lose this after we had so much control of the game. Did not want to lose it, and sometimes you do. We've had games where, probably Burton at home, where we controlled it, had more chances, but I was just thinking, nah, this can't happen.
Rubin just leaves the ball a little behind him, rules El Mizzouni. Robinson, ball away to Kellyman, great first touch, he's got Capaccio at the byline, Capaccio, Robinson! Cardiff lead! Swift as you like, in terms of response and attack. Colwill and Capaccio down that right-hand side. And Robinson with the sweet finish at the near post.
I was able to get the winner that day, and that was a good day because I think we went into an international break after that, so it was nice to go into the break with a win.
Thank you. Well done, mate. Great goal, that lad.
Chambers looking for support. Oh, it's left for Lane. Oh, it's cleared off the line by Will Fish. It looked like a tap-in from 6 yards out.
Come on, boys, let's go, let's go.
When you start something new, you always will remember special moments, and that game had an added sense of importance based on, I think, firstly how infrequent the games have been between the two clubs, and then the support we had in that evening was magnificent, and the players produced an incredible performance from minute one. I thought we were outstanding and really showed a real hunger for the game and an incredible amount of skill to win convincingly.
Oh, that's given away. Here's Rubin Colwill, approaches the edge of the box line. Kellyman, big chance, save. Where's the rebound going? It's going in. Yousef Salech, first blood to the Bluebirds.
It was a game, win or lose game. It was a cup game where we wanted to go through and to get even further in the competition, to get a even better fixture later on, which we did. But we did feel it through the fans, that it meant a lot to them, and it's just nice to be a part of.
I just remember Fishy scoring the winning goal. Yeah, I remember us winning the free kick. I think it was maybe half an hour or 20 minutes to go. And Kean took it, I think, and I think the original plan was to put it in the box, but I remember calling for it because I had a lot of space around me. Ash rolled it short to me, and I just remember putting it towards the back post, and Fishy connected with it and caught it really nicely, and luckily it went into the back of the net.
Fitch is there, Fitch scores! Volley at the far post, Bluebirds lead.
Yeah, I just remember everyone going mad and running towards the away end.
It was amazing. Probably my best moment so far at the club, personally anyway. You know, I scored quite a few goals with Hibs and I felt like, you know, I could contribute more. Yeah, it's a great feeling and probably the best feeling you can have in football, isn't it, really?
That whistle goes. It's quarter-final football for Cardiff City, but in the Battle of Wales, more importantly tonight, the Bluebirds have dominance. Here at the racecourse, Wrexham 1, Cardiff City fantastically in stylish fashion 2, and it's the Bluebirds that progress to the quarterfinals.
Obviously, fans have been travelling with great numbers throughout the whole season, but especially on a weekday away in Wrexham, we were feeling how much that specific game meant to them, and yeah, their support helped us in that game and throughout the whole season. So it was nice to enjoy the win and celebrate with them.
A 2-week break came perhaps at the perfect time for Cardiff. Their exemplary early season form was stunted by back-to-back league defeats. The Bluebirds will hope third time's the charm. This is their third away trip in a row. Now Capaccio. Colwill picks out the bottom corner. Well, it's usually Big Bro that takes the headlines, but this time it's the younger sibling. A first league goal for Joel Colwill. Strong tackle has left Colwill prone.
The injury at Northampton probably come at a really bad time for me. I felt like I was playing really well, contributing a lot to the team. Yeah, I tried to put my boot back on, tried to run back on. I was almost hoping that it was okay, but obviously it wasn't. I had to come back off after about 2 minutes. My ankle was just wobbling everywhere. Yeah, obviously I had the scans and stuff, and the results come back that I needed the surgery. Yeah, it was tough to accept, really.
Yeah, I think we've had a few games like that this season where it's been a pretty nasty game, away game in the evening as well, and you know, you just knew it was going to be a pretty ugly game, and it was going to be a game decided on moments.
And Wheatley has rolled his defender here, and the drive is in the back of the net, and Ethan Wheatley has the cobblers level. In swinging corner, has gone all the way through and in off the post. Northampton were only level for 3 minutes. I think it's gone in off Ethan Wheatley. Wheatley dispossessed this time, continuing to chase. He just will not give up. It's a brilliant save. Elliot List's shot. Another terrific save from Trott.
I think to do that at that moment was a really special moment, and it was probably one of my favourite saves. You know, going the opposite way and then getting the fingertip towards it was a really good feeling.
Capaccio with the interception, and he can run all day. He's got Willock in support. Picks him out. And that will do it. Off the bench and into the net, and the points are secure for Cardiff.
Welcome to a very wintry Cardiff City Stadium, where the Bluebirds have been away from home for what seems like forever. And we kick off here this run of fixtures this afternoon against mid-table Mansfield Town.
Playing at home this year has been really good. It's been really enjoyable. You know, the whole team just feels so confident at home, and I think that has been a massive key factor for us this season, is the home consistency in performances.
Still goalless, Cardiff on top, looking for a breakthrough. Can they find it with a header? They can, and it's Will Fish. Little movement across his man at the near post and just steers it into the bottom corner. There's no more than Cardiff deserve. Lawler looking for an option, finding an option in Capaccio. Lovely weight of pass as well. Capaccio's onto it, and Salech's there, and Salech scores! And just like that, Dylan Lawler picks the lock. Cardiff are returning to the top of League One as things stand, with 3.5 minutes of the 90 to play. Here's Ashford looking to put a cherry on top for the Bluebirds. Robertson, Ashford wants it back, Ashford gets it back. Roberts this time can't keep out the second effort from Cian Ashford, and that will settle things. Thoroughly convincing Cardiff performance. Professional first half, second half with a few more hairy moments, but really, were it not for the exploits of Liam Roberts, then you could chalk up another 2 or 3 goals also for the Bluebirds, who are rampant at times, and return back to the top of the League One table courtesy of a 3-0 home win.
I remember that night, yeah. To be fair, I think I weren't that happy that I weren't playing, to be fair. I had a bit of anger in me, so I think I come on and I think that's why I actually hit the ball like that, because I'd normally probably touch it down and try to get close to the goal and maybe try to take the guy on and score, but I just thought I'm just going to hit this now. Yeah, as it landed, a bit of anger in me, and I just hit the ball in it, and lucky enough it went in.
Looping deflection off a defender, drops kindly for Calum Robinson, who makes no mistake from the edge of the area.
That was an important win, because at the time Stevenage they were up there and they were doing really well. I think winning that 1-0 was actually, looking back, was a really big win in the season, definitely.
Yeah, I think Brian called it like business time, really. And it was like the start of the Saturday, Tuesdays for 4 or 5 weeks. So I think a lot of teams were pretty close to each other in the top before that, into that period. So it was like really a chance for us to gain momentum and create some distance to the other teams that was trying to fight for the top 2 spots, really.
If you're going to use the word momentum, I think once you get momentum, I think it's very important to try and keep it with you, and the best way of doing that is to work incredibly hard in training and to have a real hunger to improve. The players, I think, had a sense of what could be achieved and didn't lose focus of the day-to-day battle to improve and the weekly battle to try and compete in every single game and try and win, because we felt as if we were good enough to win all the games, but it's not always possible, and to win more often than not was testament to the amount of work the players were putting in.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Cardiff City TV. Welcome to Cardiff City Stadium. The Bluebirds looking for a 5th consecutive League One win, a 5th consecutive home win here in front of their home faithful against a Doncaster Rovers side in pretty poor form in comparison. They've won just one of their last 11.
Yeah, it was a really tough game. Probably not one of the ones I really enjoyed because it was so back and forth.
It's a good slip ball back to Bailey, and Bailey continues his scoring form. And Cardiff sucker punched in the 15th minute. Up the ball back through him. It's Isaac Davis now on the outside of his man on the edge of the area. Cut back to Kellyman. Kellyman with a strike. Cardiff level. It's a quality finish from Amari Kellyman. It's good work from Ashford. He's going to surge himself. Ashford! Oh, it's a fine individual goal.
I'd have rather won 3 or 4-0 on the day.
Hanlon's onto it, left-hand side of the area. Kapaki looking to get back, he won't get there. And Hanlon has swept home. Winter looking for Salech, great ball in, wrestling with the defender, and it doesn't matter. He's too strong, too powerful for O'Riordan. A header won by Bailey, down to Clifton, and he's buried it in the bottom corner.
But, you know, with the way it ended up, and for me to score like that in the last minute, it was a feeling I can't really describe.
Lawler, we're still playing. NG over halfway.
I wasn't too sure what I was doing up there, to be honest, but I remember Ash went on a little mazy run. I think he took on 2 or 3 players. I remember him just having a shot, and you know, the keeper sort of fumbled it. I was just thinking, just keep it on target, and yeah, luckily it went in the back of the net.
We still play. Kian Ashford to the edge of the area. Ashford on his left. Oh, saved by Lottadana. Bagan! Yes! Cardiff has snatched it! It's beyond the death. And it's Joel Bagan, Cardiff's standout player this season, who follows in the Kian Ashford shot that's spilled by the goalkeeper.
It's definitely, you know, right up there. Probably the best moment individually I've had this season, just the feeling I had from that, and you know, just getting the win in the last minute, and the celebrations after, and just seeing how much it meant to all the fans and all the staff as well. It was a great feeling.
The anticipation for the game since the draw was made has been evident everywhere we've been. Luckily, we've tried to detach ourselves from that as much as possible while focusing on the league campaign, but now that it's here, I think the build up to the game is going to be incredibly exciting for everyone.
Very good evening. Welcome to Cardiff City TV and audio coverage of this League Cup quarter-final tie. Cardiff City, the Bluebirds, against the world champions. Of course, the World Club champions, Chelsea, are in town. Oh, given that away. The errors are starting to come, unfortunately. Big moment in this game. Trott is out. Beautiful goal. Colwill battles hard once more, surely fouled. Referee again is going to play it, and what a touch from Colwill. Here's Ashford. Colwill will go on the overlap. Ashford needs to make a good decision, feeds it back to Colwill. You can tell he's tired, but
it's been his best performance in a Cardiff shirt so far, I think. I know he won the player of the round, didn't he, for round 2.
Oh, ball in, Turnbull's going to charge! Turnbull scores! The flag stays down, everybody looks, and now everybody's on their feet. Joel Colwill made the goal, fantastic delivery, and David Turnbull, Ash, with his head, brings Cardiff level.
David Turnbull has his Cardiff City moment, finally.
It's a thread the needle ball to Pedro, holds it up well. Santos, wide, deflection goal. A little too easy, unfortunately, for Cardiff. And that's what quality gives you. It's the Portuguese Pedro Neto who puts Chelsea back in front. 7 minutes of the 90 remaining now. 2-1 Chelsea. Cardiff go again. Is there another twist in the tail? Great flick on by Salech. Willock waits for Salech to get in the box, goes to the byline, hangs the ball up, but Turnbull on the volley, into the ground, and onto the roof of the net. We have left it later. It was almost Sunday morning when Joel Bacon scored on Saturday. Chelsea are in again though, Garnacho to kill the game, and he does. Cardiff keep to their principles. Why shouldn't they? Why wouldn't they go up? The game though tonight has come to an end, as has the League Cup tie. Warm applause for all, from all 4 sides of the stadium. Chelsea progress with a final score of 3-1.
Yeah, it's a scoreline that flatters Chelsea in the end.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a superstition, well, in the last few years, that Boxing Day games haven't been my greatest. I just remember going into it, I think that was my first goal of the season, and then from the goal itself, I remember it was early in the second half. Dylan found me with an amazing pass.
It's a lovely ball over the top. Robertson is onside and has taken it in stride. It's a wonderful finish from Alex Robertson.
Quite liked my first touch, where I just brought it down and then took a touch and then scored, and it was just an amazing feeling scoring in front of all the fans in that end and just being able to celebrate like that on Boxing Day was really nice.
And that's the full-time whistle. Cardiff with the first Boxing Day win in 14 years. The Bluebirds win their 5th straight game at home in the league.
Around that Christmas time, there's a game every 3 days. So, like whether you're away or you're home, if you have a few home on the bounce, you know, I think we were just winning loads of games, and it was just a really good feeling. And the fans just brought this really good vibe where we felt really good on the pitch, obviously in our performances, but just being there in general. Obviously, it was a credit to all the fans, but us as a team, I think, because the games are coming so thick and fast, you don't even have time to think about the previous game. It's always just on to the next. So I don't mind that time of year where the fixtures are all congested, because it doesn't give you time to think about or dwell on performances if you've lost. It's just on to the next. So I think we done really well in that period, and then, like you said, we had that extended period of winning games and being unbeaten at home, so that was really nice.
Robinson left to Willock. Willock! Oh, it's gone in off a deflection, and Yousef Salech knew nothing about it.
Here comes a Willock. Willock might try a shot from the near side. It's deflected. It's in. How do you like that start to 2026?
Yeah, I think we were just enjoying our football. I think, you know, we were confident in what we were doing, and yeah, as I say, the main thing was we were enjoying our football, and every time we went out there, you know, we've been saying this season it's about trying to paint a picture rather than going to battle, and I think that's what we were doing at that point, and it was working for us.
Well, we had so much of the ball in that game, and I remember just how deep they were. And a couple of the boys, I think I had a chat with Chrissy and Yousef 5 minutes before, and they were like, you know, when you're stepping in, you've got the ball, they're so deep, just shoot, it might open something up. And I kept saying, like, yeah, you know, I'll give it a go, thinking I'm not going to give it a go because I'm 30 yards out. I was thinking I kept saying, look, when I step in, I want to like try and reverse it or fire it into your feet so you can then turn in one touch and go straight for on goal. And they're going, yeah, but no, shoot. And I was like, okay. So I was thinking, I'm not going to shoot, I'm going to try and fire it into their feet. I don't know what happened in that moment, took a touch, and there was just no one near me. And I just thought, you know, I'm just going to hit this and just see what happens.
Chambers might take this on though. Does! And why wouldn't you? He likes this time of year. Calum Chambers puts his laces through the ball, all of 20 yards out.
Captain number 12, Calum Chambers.
Yeah, it was a good goal. So that was a really enjoyable game. Even though it ended 1-0, sort of like the last 5-10 minutes, we still had a lot of the ball. We kept possession, but as a defender, when it's 1-0, no matter how much of the ball you have, it's never comfortable. But no, yeah, I was happy to score and happy to keep a clean sheet.
Score the final score, Cardiff City 1, Wigan Athletic 0.
To Brisbane Road in East London, home of Leyton Orient Football Club. It's a team that sees 3 changes from the side that beat Wigan Athletic pretty handedly last Sunday. Both centre-halves have changed. Will Fish and Gabriel Osho come in to partner each other at the back, and there's also a first start back since August for Ollie Tanner. Trott closed down in his 6-yard box, and Ballard has nicked it off him and tucked it home from a couple of yards out.
You know, since I've joined here, I just felt really at home. I've always had the support. Obviously, I feel like my introduction helped out a lot as well, and people got to see my quality, and I think after that, they really just backed me from there on in, and it's helped me. And, you know, just seeing them, you know, the away stand packed out every time, and home games, they're always there. You can always hear them. They're always behind you, you know, win or lose. So I think for them, it's really special. And I can't thank them enough. Since I've been here, they've helped me out so much and supported me. And my family comes to games and they can't stop talking about the fans and how much they love me and support me. So it's a big help.
It's one of those that Cardiff have avoided so far this season. Yeah. But when you play the way they do, you expect one to happen sooner rather than later. And G in the area has to defend that. No, he doesn't, because Nathan Trott has made a fine save.
Probably done that a few times at home or somewhere else. It was a clearance from Fishy, and I just battled and dribbled myself all the way through the other end and around the keeper, and then put it top of the net.
Salech on goal at the edge of the area, should finish, does finish, and just like that, Cardiff are level.
Yeah, it's probably my favourite goal I've scored here for Cardiff. It's probably one of the best moments for me personally this season. I think it was just a week before I got injured, unfortunately, but I've watched that a couple of times. Those 3 months I was just laying at home, really.
He doesn't even need an opportunity. There is no opportunity there. He creates it all himself with his strength and his power. That is an unbelievable goal from Yousef Salech.
Always throughout the course of the season you have strong instances of different things you can remember and what you can't. We knew that was a big game because of how close together the teams were on the table.
Yeah, I always look back on that game and say that was a huge one for us. At the point in the season where they were as well in the table, I don't know how many they've lost there, not many. Like, it was a tough place to go at that moment. So yeah, it felt like a big game. Going there, we took an incredible crowd of us. I remember sort of going on the pitch and thinking we had way more allocation than I thought we should be allowed, to be honest with you. We had the whole stand behind the goal and it wrapped round on the side of the pitch as well. So you could hear the fans just singing. It actually felt like it didn't feel as much of an away game because of how loud they were.
The man who'd stayed alert. Just couldn't quite get a touch. That's a lovely ball from Bagan into Robertson. Mike Chute rolls it to Turnbull instead. He's got Tanner to his right. That's where it goes. Tanner, left-footed, tries to work a shot, goes back to Turnbull. One fade, and it's a beautiful strike from Turnbull. Picks out the top corner. Oh, we've been waiting for it, haven't we?
In my head, that was a performance where it was like, okay, we're pushing for a promotion here. Going there and getting a win was huge. And also, obviously, it's nice to get a goal as well.
Tanner goes short to NG from the corner. Back to Tanner. Works it well. Inside the box. Back heel from Calum Chambers. Cardiff lead 2-0.
Played really well and played a great game. Again, had to defend really well at the end of the game. But I guess we tried to not build it up to be too big because we knew how long the road was ahead and what we had to do.
It was a great day, that.
Salech and Hills end up on the floor together again, and Salech's holding his head. The referee has brought play back for a free kick in the aftermath of that.
The days or weeks after, I didn't really know how long it was going to be. I kept having new scans and new answers and stuff. I was a bit unsure if I was going to play this season really, but at the same time I was told I was very lucky to not have a surgery or to So really to be able to play. It was just hard hearing a lot of different stuff and not knowing really when I was going to be able to play or have like a date in mind in my head that, okay, I'm going to be ready by this time or something. But I just did my best to recover and rehab and get stronger and fitter and prepare myself to hopefully play again this season.
Tanner on the outside of the Doon. Can he grasp it under his control? He can. Lovely 1-2 with NG. Cut back ball is a good one to Colwill, who wants to control before shooting. Yes! Oh, there's an equaliser. That's the final whistle. It ended 1-1 here at Cardiff City Stadium. The Bluebirds, after 8 consecutive home wins in the league, have to settle for a point.
Perry got injured the first day of pre-season. I saw that as an opportunity to change the mindset where there was negativity and fear of what had gone wrong to. It's an opportunity for somebody else to play, and we look after Perry and bring him back, and when he comes back he's going to be an incredible player for us. So there's opportunity in everything from the very first day of the summer, and the players, for me, luckily shared that mindset. And to do what we've done, like you said, with so many key players missing so much of the season, again, it's testament to the players and the strength of the team and the players who stepped up. It was so important to show that it truly was a squad achievement to do what we've done.
Kellyman will lay it to Tanner, right hand edge of the box. Tanner wants to come onto that left foot, reverses the ball. NG, good touch, good goal. Perfect start for the Bluebirds. 2.5 minutes gone. They just need to stay switched on to half-time and perhaps regroup. Maybe better. Kellyman 2-on-2, 3-on-2 for the moment. Kellyman just needs to pay the right pass. Gives it to Willock. Willock will no doubt try and cut back inside. He does, and it's in. Win by NG, infield to Turnbull. He's isolated, but drills a nice ball out to Willock. Barnsley continue to give Willock space. Will they continue to be punished for it? Kellyman, they are punished. That is, you think, the killer goal, and Barnsley still not learning their lesson, giving Chris Willock the freedom of CF11. Oh, Willock's in. Great pressing again. Willock to make it 4, and he does. What a night for Chris Willock. What a night for Cardiff City. Testament to his hard work. And the Bluebirds have a fantastic 4.
Taking the corner quickly. Willock. Deep delivery, or just beyond the head of Kellyman. Might drop for Alex Robinson. It does. He ghosts back in at the near post and finishes between the goalkeeper's legs.
Oh, Wintle gives the ball away, and that's a professional foul. Wintle's in a world of trouble here. By the letter of the law, I think Ryan Wintle might be going off. Ryan Wintle is sent off. Cardiff City, after 20 minutes, are down to 10 men. Tanner, low cross, Kellyman, goal! Oh, it's given away again, more good pressing from Kellyman. Here's Tanner, Cardiff have numbers, they have Willock, they have a chance! They have two! Davis could perhaps use his speed. Will he run to the corner? Will he run to goal? He's up against Martha, who's a forward. Davis could go round him. Davis could finish the game. It's 3! This is what promotion teams do. What a day in South Yorkshire. 10 men, Cardiff.
I think this season we've been able to get the fans back, and I understand over the last, well, since I've been here, I understand it's been really tough. So it was really nice for me personally to see what the fans are like when you're winning a lot of games at the stadium, and it's been an amazing run at home, a lot of wins.
Yeah, I think it's important to have a strong home record. Obviously the fans help out as well, and I think it was a really good atmosphere that we had, and it just created this momentum that was hard to stop us at the time.
And in the end, we'd draw at home and the fans weren't happy. That really proved how far we've come as a group, that we made the Cardiff City home ground a strong place and a good environment to be around this season.
In the centre circle, Osho into Joel Colwill. Good touch. Allows him to turn upfield. Still going, Colwill. He's got a man to his right, Intana, he's still going. Oh, it's a lovely ball to Turnbull, and what a finish from David Turnbull on the hop. But rightly so, everybody in blue flocked to celebrate with Joel Colwill.
The goal for Cardiff City, scored by number 14, David Turnbull.
And he levelled the scores here from 19 minutes. Clark against Trott, right-footed. Oh, just out of the reach of Trott and into the side netting. It's an astounding penalty from Jordan Clark. Oh, Palmer turned into trouble and gave the ball away. Colwill, Cardiff have numbers. Colwill will take it himself. Ruthless stuff from Cardiff City. NG, inside right, shoots! Oh my word! Oh my word! Perry NG. String of fine performances by younger brother, and he will make way for older brother Rubin, who makes his long-awaited return from injury.
Thankfully the boys were doing brilliantly and carried on that great run we started on and got us in a really, really good position for the end of the season. So it almost made it a bit easier knowing that everything was going really well and smooth sailing on the pitch, so I could almost not worry about what was happening there and just really focus on my rehab. But yeah, I feel really fortunate now that I'm back and it feels good as it did before. So
those moments and those records in the season really set us up for a good promotion push and gave us the best possible chance to get high up in the table.
Men of Harlech rings around Cardiff City Stadium. The two teams in the tunnel making their way out onto the pitch on a cold Tuesday, pancake day, Shrove Tuesday. But we hope we'll have football to warm the hearts. Cardiff City against AFC Wimbledon. Robertson, though, it's a well-worked routine. Colwill, what a goal! Oh, that's training ground. That's perfection. Corner kick, which Tanner will take. Again, it's near post. Fish with the flick. NG behind him. Cardiff back in front. And Perry NG just can't stop scoring. This time it's with the head. And the Bluebirds have a 2-1 lead. To NG, that room is opening up on the right hand side again. NG, Tanner, he can spin, he can shoot, he can score. Clinical from Cardiff City, and Ollie Tanner, with help from Perry NG, finally gets his goal. 3.5 minutes of the 90 remaining. Robinson to Colwill, he spins out and gives it to NG. So fleet of foot for a big man, Rubin Colwill. Robinson, has he got Kellyman in ears? Kellyman can put the seal on it. He does!
Again. 1-2 in the edge here with NG and Kellyman, oh my word!
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Cardiff City TV. Welcome to South Yorkshire, Doncaster to be precise. The stadium formerly known as the Keep Moat. Here for Cardiff's first trip to this ground in 14 years. It's first in League One.
We were just having that really positive vibe, and we just kept going into games, knowing we were going to win. In the first, I think 20 minutes maybe, there was loads of chances for him to do it, and he wouldn't do it, and I was getting pretty annoyed with him. So I said to him, just play the ball once, see what happens, and then he played it.
Lawler looking for the run of Alex Robertson, onto the chest of Robinson. Can he shoot? He can, and finishes. Glorious ball from Lawler, and an exceptional finish from Alex Robertson.
That is gorgeous football. What a clip ball in. Lakers won it against Exeter City, wasn't it, on Boxing Day?
It was pretty much identical, wasn't it? Took it on my chest and then kind of just hit it over the keeper, but the same person who assisted it, the same pass. I think that kind of just shows what a good player he is and the understanding he has of the game.
Yeah, that goal against Doncaster was mental. I picked up the ball again. Doncaster were playing a man-to-man press, and as soon as you beat one, it tends to open up.
Dylan Lawler steps out, dissects two players, goes past a third, still going Dylan Lawler. He's at the edge of the area, might shoot himself. Oh, it's glorious from Dylan Lawler.
The whole way I was looking for a pass until it opened up, and then I could not shoot. And the boys at awards night then were saying I still should have passed, and Alex still goes on about it now, but I could not shoot.
Well, he won goal of the season at the awards night, which I wasn't too happy with.
It's an unbelievable individual goal, and it gives Cardiff a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I think he scored a similar goal against the Leyton Orient. That one was pretty identical as well. But yeah, I just remember him running, and I was literally there, through on goal, and he decided to keep going and shot, and lucky it went in, because if it didn't, I was raging. But no, he's, like I said, he's an unbelievable player, and for him to have that in his locker as a centre-back is crazy. But yeah, I wasn't too happy when he won goal of the season at the awards, because I thought he still should have passed it.
Rubin, drop of the shoulder to the byline. Low cross, it's a third. In fact, it stays in. I thought it was going to be a throw in Doncaster's way. Stays in. Instead, he's giving it away to Calum Robinson. He might add a fourth. He will. It's a cherry on top. And it's that goal that Calum Robinson has been hunting off the bench. And Cardiff have got a fourth.
You'd probably see, I remember my celebration, I think Joel was in front of me and I was tensing. I ain't got much muscles, but I was tensing my muscles, and it was a really important goal for me because I wanted to get back scoring goals. It wasn't like I was playing every minute and I weren't scoring, but for me, I still should be scoring a lot more. It shouldn't have went that long without getting a goal, so it wasn't as important as maybe other goals, but a goal's a goal and it gets your tally up, definitely.
Going to be as tough as it gets because of how good the opponents are. You know, we faced them early in the season and got an insight into how good they are and how difficult the game is likely to be. They have brilliant players all over the pitch and a highly technical team who have players who can impact the game in so many different ways. So we're fully aware of all their strengths, have the highest respect and regard for what they've done and what they do.
Jam-packed Cardiff City Stadium for this top-of-the-table League One clash between the Bluebirds and Lincoln City. There was some early ball defeat. Goes into Alex Robertson, gets it back on his right, avoids Rubin Colwill, bends it towards the top corner, and it's tipped over by George Wickens. Wow. That was goal bound for sure. Rubin Colwill's there, steps inside reach, Colwill will shoot, or shoveled away by Wickens. Has to go back again to Hamer though. Now there's an out ball to Street, Osho gets turned around awkwardly, House is onto it, right of the area, ball into Street, can he finish? He can! And Cardiff are caught on the counter. 3-on-3. There's Dom Jeffries up against Fish. Jeffries on his right, and he's put it in the bottom corner.
It was probably tough to take. I think we felt like we were the best team in the league up to that point, and to see them ahead of us was tough. Strangely, I think we actually were playing really, really well. I think sometimes the game just weren't going our way. We were, obviously, it was a really young squad with not loads and loads of experiences. I don't think that hindered us at all, but I think maybe the feeling and stuff around how to deal with different problems, different situations we hadn't come up against before, so it was all learning for us on the job. So I think we did really well to manage those pressures and expectations over the next couple of weeks to get the results we needed to get us over the line. So, yeah. It was probably a bit of a shaky spell when I first come back. I think we had a couple of good wins and I was coming off the bench, but then we had a big defeat to Plymouth, which was really tough to take. We were on such a good run, such good form, and maybe felt like it could set us back, but we reacted really well.
To Tanner, invites Tanner forward on the outside. Now he's back on his left, slip ball inside to Rubin Colwill again! Oh, that's how you break the deadlock! Space starting to open up now for Cardiff. They're starting to pull this Exeter side into areas they don't want to go. That's a lovely ball from Osho into Ashford. Ashford to the byline, left-hand side. Colwill's in there, he's got a second. Downward header from 6 yards out. Exeter opened up on the right-hand side, and it's the easiest finish for Rubin Colwill.
You almost envision those moments of you coming back, of you doing well, scoring, helping the team, just the little moments in training of, you know, touch the ball, run with the ball. I think it gets so like pent up inside you for those three and a bit months I was out injured. It's unbelievable to get those experiences back so quickly. I didn't think I'd be in a position to be able to do that so soon after coming back, but yeah, thankfully all the boys worked really hard for me and put me in a really good position physically and mentally to be able to compete and play straight away.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think that was one of the first games we kind of had in the sun in a long time, so I remember going into that game and in the warm-up I took my jumper off within like 2 minutes of being out there. I got pretty tired in that game pretty quick, and I just remember the game just kind of going by. I remember looking over and seeing I was going to come off. I think Dave was stood on the sideline maybe, so I knew I was going to come off, and then I don't know, as soon as the ball got set I was like, I'm going off anyway, so I may as well just hit it.
Robertson, back heel from Winkle. Robertson will shoot! Oh my word! It's outrageous from Alex Robertson.
Yeah, I just hit it and then went in the top corner, so it was nice, and then I think I went off straight after that, so nice to go off with that.
Goal for Cardiff City, scored by number 18, Alex Robertson. Today's man of the match.
There you go, good ball out in front of Willock. Invites him right in front of us on the edge of this area. He's got Niskanen backpedaling Willock into the area, and Robinson has got himself a tap-in.
It feels very exciting. I think to get to this stage of the season, and the players have been so good to put us in a position where we have such an exciting end to the season.
I think the consistency of the way we're playing is still how we want it to look. Obviously, results off the back of that may differ. You know, the break came when it did, and it was a good time for us to sort of have a reset moment, get together, and yeah, train hard, work more on the things we want to do, and I think we've done that.
Low cross in, and Turnbull tried the little flick, didn't quite get there. Winkle will get the shot. Nice shot, great save. Chance in behind, big moment for the youngster, big save from Trott. It looks like Ronan Capaccio is coming on, he is indeed. David Turnbull is going to be replaced by Alex Robertson. No changes in the commentary box. John Donovan and David Jones with you, 0-0 at half-time. Cardiff utilising NG as a centre-half. They have this free kick, they've changed the angle, Bacon to Tanner. Tanner's first cut took him wide, but he gets a good cross in. Second ball, well, neither was challenged by Cardiff, but the second moment or phase of that sees Alex Robertson strike home, breakthrough for the Bluebirds. Didn't attack first of all or second of all. That's a foul by Capaccio. We're going to play advantage. Leonard's in. Leonard scores. That lead was short-lived. Cardiff have to do it all again. That is the full-time whistle. It's a missed opportunity.
I had no doubt that we would produce performances that would give us the potential to win games. You can never be sure you're going to win any game. The foundations have been laid at stages during the season where you're always looking for players who may have doubt or may be nervous about certain situations, and just to make them feel confident and good about themselves based on the amount of work we've done to prepare for these situations. And for us going forward, it gives us a lot of belief that we can improve a lot as a group based on how well we felt prepared for the end of the season, where we played so well under what is such big pressure and such big moments.
Yeah, I think it definitely had that feeling, you know, where Bolton was sort of the closest team to us at the point, and I think we drew to Blackpool at home, which was a bit frustrating, and there was a couple more. But the main things we were taking from them games were, the performances are still there. We're still playing well, we're still creating the chances. So all the good signs were there.
There was a little bit of a different feel from the stadium on that day. I think the supporters knew how big a game it was and probably had a sense of our results have been a little bit patchy leading into that, and it was a really big occasion for us.
It's at a stage of the season where, and we've got such a group where they don't need me in there motivating them. Everyone kind of knew what was needed to be done. Brian's amazing at getting the boys going, and like the talks he does and the meetings we have, he's very good at understanding the situation and the moment, I think.
If you ask everyone in the changing room, I'm pretty sure everyone was quite confident going into it. When we're playing at home, we know what we can do, and if we play our way, it doesn't matter who comes really. And I think the games are actually probably more suited to our style of play when we play a Bolton, because they're more of a possession team as well. So it's a bit easier than a team that's just going to sit in 11 behind the ball and stick it on you, whereas like they're trying to go toe to toe with us. So credit to them, and it makes it a more enjoyable game for everyone.
And your team, our team, the Bluebirds, Cardiff City.
Yes, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to Cardiff City TV. Welcome to Cardiff City Stadium for the type of game that it's felt like this season has been building towards.
Okay, let's turn our attention then to the starting 11, starting with visitors, Bolton Wanderers.
We knew as a team how important it was, and for me it's probably the best performance we've put in this season as a team.
Even at 0-0 at half time, I'm thinking, come on boys, we just need to put one away. And you can see it, like I'm surprised it hasn't been 6s and 7s this year. At some points we knew that, if we get that first goal, and we'll go on to win the game, and we'll win it quite comfortably in the end.
Willock. Back to Wintle again. G, narrow on the right. Colwill will step over, left-footed to Bagan, inside left position. Bagan tries to step inside Josh Sheehan, who did well to hold his ground. Ball ricochets Dylan Lawler though, picks the ball up and plays the ball to Robertson at the byline. Defender's gone to ground, deep cross, Tanner has to fire back on goal. He takes a deflection in behind for another corner. Good work from Cardiff, and they do work that ball to the byline. They do have Bolton's scampering, don't they? And swinging onto the head of Kellyman. There's the opener, and it's come from a set piece. Little bit of movement from Kellyman, completely losing his man, and Joe Bacon just drops it on his head. And it's a cushion header from 8 yards. Relief. And Chrissy's goal comes straight after the first goal as well, which was nice. Cardiff will look to launch a counter. Alex Robertson bursts past Kyle Dempsey in the middle of the park. He's got Wintle wide to the left. That's where the ball goes. Christie doesn't want to get too tight. Willock onto his right. Willock! That's a crucial second for Cardiff City, and it's full of quality. And that's something we'd been struggling with the last few games before that, sort of getting that goal and finishing games off. So, for Chrissy to score that second goal in such an important game and to get the win, it meant a lot and give us a little bit of breathing space from them other teams around us as well.
I thought this is brilliant. Let's really enjoy the occasion, because before the game everyone was saying, if we get beat or whatever, it's going to make it tighter. And we knew we just had one job, just take care of it ourselves, and everyone else was chasing us. So yeah, to get the 3 points there really put a big gap between us and everyone else.
Fans have played their part this afternoon as well. Stayed positive in that first half when could have got frustrated with the opportunities weren't turning into goals. But my word, Brian Barry Murphy's men have rewarded them for that patience with with an excellent team performance and a very fine 2-0 win over Bolton Wanderers to get Cardiff back to winning ways, and crucially to give themselves a double-digit lead over the chasing pack in League One once more. It's getting closer.
A really big performance by the players, and to see everybody come together on the pitch after that game was a really strong feeling and moment that we wanted to really grab hold of and push on for the rest of the season, which thankfully we did.
Bolton was a massive game, and the way they performed and the result was huge, so that was an incredible day.
Are you good? You all right?
You know, it was a tough schedule, you know, beating Bolton. I think we used every bit of energy we had. We knew how important that game was, and, you know, to replicate that would be difficult, especially at this stage of the season where, you know, everyone's fighting for points. We knew it would be a difficult game, especially away as well. So for me, it was just, you know, preparing like every other game and just being in those moments for the team. I think that's, you know, that's my job at the end of the day. And obviously, you know, it's important for me to make those important saves throughout the year. I think if I'm having an off day in certain games, then, you know, it's looking like a completely different season. So for me, it's about just being consistent and then just being there for the team in every single game I play in. Lost my balance a bit and I was kind of falling down, and then just kind of reach up last second and I just felt the touch, and once I touched it, I knew for a fact it wasn't going in, so it was either going over the bar or on the bar, so it was just like, okay, you know, we're still in this.
I feel there's another chance in it. It does feel very Stockport.
Tanner, ball into the box, Robinson flick on Salech, it's in! There was another chance, and the big man is back.
Yeah, amazing. That was what I was thinking of while being injured and while watching the team winning and everything, that I hope that I come back before it's already done, because you really want to be a part of that, and I feel like you contributed, especially when you actually finish it.
Obviously, Yousef doing what Yousef does, just showing up in important moments on the other end of the pitch, so I think that's just one thing that we've been doing all year.
Yeah, massive. It was great for Yousef as well, you know, after the few months he'd missed with that injury. You know, it was nice for him and for all of us players to see him get that goal.
Yeah, it was good to have him back, and, you know, after making a bunch of crucial saves, just to get that goal at the end was just, you know, the biggest reward possible. So at least we could have left that game with a point, and, you know, the point in the end looks good now.
Probably wasn't our best performance that season, but I think we've had a few of them this year, especially away games where we've sort of had to dig in and hang on, and, you know, all the best teams, that's what you have to do.
Huddersfield away was the day where we knew that, okay, now we possibly only one game away, so it was really a good feeling to be a part of that game, and also scoring late again.
I think we've been on the back of a good week. had a really, really good performance and strong win against Bolton at home. And we played Huddersfield away. It was tough, obviously, turn around quickly. I think looking back on the game, it was still a really good performance, just maybe not at the heights we had reached previously. And we managed to get a point in the end, which obviously was massive leading into the Saturday.
Yeah, more excited. I think obviously where we had the Bolton and Huddersfield game before that, coming off the back of 4 points in them 2 games, I think the feeling was more relaxed, but obviously we wanted to get the promotion as soon as possible.
I was excited, to be fair. The sun was out. I actually was excited, like at the hotel before the game. But you know what? I felt like we'd definitely win. I just weren't sure if I thought Stockport would have been our problem, basically. But I had a feeling that we'd definitely win.
Incredible excitement with the anticipation of what could be achieved. I was really impressed with the players' focus on understanding how to achieve that in terms of how we had to play and the type of game that we had produced to do it.
Going into that, I think we still needed a 4-point swing, so obviously the focus was just on our game, win our game and see what happens elsewhere afterwards.
No nerves really, just excitement, just knowing that if we get the job done here, then there's a possibility that our goal was achieved. And yeah, I just felt like it was a special day.
Yeah, the game I think started really well for us. We had a few good chances in the opening 10-15 minutes.
He's into the area, right-hand side, Tanner will shoot himself, pushed out by the goalkeeper. And Willock is a split second away from turning it home. Robertson will shoot himself, and it's clawed out to the bottom corner.
They were a good side though, and definitely were pushing us and had some good chances themselves. But yeah, fortunately I managed to score a header. Winston put a really good cross in.
By a Betjeman, not great distance on it. So Wintle puts it back in, and Rubin Colwill has planted his header across the goalkeeper and into the vacant net.
So I've been working a lot, trying to get in the box, my movement, head in, trying to use my size. So yeah, it was the right time for that to start paying off. It was nice to go in at half-time 1-0 up. The rest of the game's history really. I think we carried on playing really well. Amari and Pez scored 2 really good goals.
Wintle, oh, what a ball. Lovely ball to Kellyman. Reading have stepped up. Flag stays down. Kellyman for 2! And Kellyman could have just killed it off. Ng, left-footed shot from Mary Ng, oh my word! Well, that'll settle some nerves. Perry Ng, left-footed pile driver from the edge of the area. And for here at least, that should settle things.
With 10 minutes to go, I think me and Osh were sort of trying to speak to the bench and find out the score in the other game, and we found out that Stockport was still winning. So
a few minutes before that, it went silent, and then all the Reading fans, I felt like they were screaming towards the Cardiff fans. So I had an idea that Stockport was leading.
7 minutes of time added on at St James's Park. Cardiff have done all they needed to this afternoon and all they could. And it is goal difference alone now.
The last 5-10 minutes, I think I was off the pitch at that point, but our fans would start cheering and then they would stop, and then we were like, oh, what's going on with the scores? Some of the lads behind the bench were trying to get the scores ready.
Obviously we were just sat behind the dugout, so we needed the results to go our way. I'm on my phone, like refreshing live score, trying to sort of see the results. My phone's about 5 minutes behind, I didn't know. Our fans were all cheering when we got the result we needed, and the boys were all asking me what's going on. My phone's not refreshing, I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Everyone is celebrating and going crazy in the stands while we're still playing, and I have no idea what's happening.
Surely not. Cardiff fans away to our right think Exeter have got an equaliser. That would be dramatic because it would have come in the 97th minute. We have no confirmation.
Bycroft, 3-3.
The goalkeeper.
That's what it says.
Exeter goalkeeper Jack Bycroft looks to have equalised in the 97th minute at home against Stockport County.
remember looking at Pete, the club's photographer, and he was trying to signal with his fingers the scores or something, but it was hard for me to see, but I felt like he was trying to signal something, and I obviously heard all the Cardiff fans celebrating and everyone on the bench, so I had an idea that Exeter scored and we had the chance to get promoted on the day.
Being up by those goals and hearing the crowd behind you kind of cheer, then I think the excitement started to kick in, and then you kind of realize in your mind that, okay, this is the day that we're going to go up.
And then you can just hear the whole place cheering and bouncing up and down, and you think, nah, we've actually done it. I was getting goosebumps out there actually. It's a weird feeling because you've got 5-6 minutes to play and you stood out there thinking, wow, we've done it. Like,
with all that playing out and obviously the result on the day going our way as well, it was amazing. It was a proper good moment to celebrate it.
And then we found obviously Exeter's keeper scored. It was just carnage, like it was unbelievable. Couldn't write something like that. Yeah, and it was obviously great celebrations after, and the day I'll remember forever.
Lifted in, O'Connor's going to win a header. Trott's had to make a save with his face. And that is the final whistle. It's mission accomplished for Cardiff City, who earned promotion back to the Championship at the first time of asking. And it is sweet, sweet relief for all involved at the Bluebirds.
I think all the thoughts just kind of completely leave your mind. It's just excitement, joy. You're just proud of everyone involved. I'm just thinking about all the fans.
I think the ending we had that day, it felt like it was meant to be. I feel like if we'd have won and Stockport would have won, obviously we'd have known we were closer, but it wouldn't have felt the same.
Yeah, it feels like what you've been aiming and thinking about already when we went down. I'm already thinking about that day we're going to celebrate going up, really. For me personally, I think the moment on the pitch against Reading from the fans and their reaction was probably the best feeling I've had on a football pitch, really.
Yeah, what an amazing feeling that is when it's finally done and you're with your teammates, that you've done it all the way from Spain, all them months and all that hard work and all the training sessions, and it all comes in one. And you look across and some of the fans you've seen on a Tuesday night somewhere far, and you've seen them travel up and down and spending their money and coming to support the boys. They're there home and away, and to see some of the faces in that crowd who have done that, and to every supporter to do that, and they're the times that you really have to enjoy, and I feel like everyone did.
Because at the end of the day, everyone can talk about how we need to win games, we need to get promoted, everyone has this goal in their mind, but to actually, do all the hard work and achieve it at the end of the year is, the best feeling in the world. So to finally get that feeling at the end of the year is it's a really rewarding feeling. I think that's the word I'll say for rewarding.
It was just so surreal. I was so happy that everyone's played such a big part this season to try and get the club back to where it belongs, and even beyond that, hopefully, to see all the fans there in the away end was amazing. Kind of wished it would have been at home because then obviously everyone else would be there, but that number of fans that was there, being able to celebrate in front of them, hearing them sing all the chants and the songs it was an unreal moment. Probably stick with me for life.
Drills a ball in, and this is going to go in from Colwill. Great transition from the Bluebirds.
I think the game against Port Vale was always likely to be difficult, and it felt as if it was almost stuck in between the incredible feeling at Reading and what was going to be an incredible game against Northampton. And Northampton meant a lot to us because we played the game in really the way we wanted to play it, scored the goals that we wanted to score for our supporters, and to see everybody spend so long together after the game, enjoying that moment for as long as possible, was a very special day.
Welcome to a Cardiff City Stadium, bathed in sunshine for the final home game of this 25-26 season.
The fans played a really good part against Northampton at home, and we had probably one of our best home games this season.
Willock up against Fornar again. Oh, lovely swivel of the hips, completely sold him a dummy. Oh, Robinson can't get to it. Ah, Tanner will though. Yes, still Cardiff ball though. Ahmed is a second. Bagan to the byline. Cut back to Rubin Colwill. And he just turns it into the 6-yard box, into the feet of his younger brother. And create a crossing opportunity, cut out. Oh, that's given away to Calum Robinson, and he will add a third.
The result was brilliant from the boys. They put in a proper good performance for everyone.
John Colwill to Willock. Bagan moves on to the ball. Low cross, fingertips from Burge, but he won't deny Ollie Tanner. Back stick arrival, and he plants it right under the crossbar.
The best way to describe it was a bounce back. When we started the pre-season, the goal was to get promoted back up again, which we've done now.
Robinson to Bagan, still going to Salech, touch to Turnbull, deflected shot, falls at the feet of Calum Robinson, and he feeds Salech, who taps in from 6 yards, and Cardiff too have a fifth.
When I joined Cardiff, I was 17, and it was the year they went up to the Premier League. You know, you see the photos and the videos of everyone on the pitch, and as a player, you always think, you know, I wonder what that's like, or I'd love to have that feeling.
The backing has always felt as if it's there in good times and in difficult moments, and then to eventually give them what they all crave so much. It just felt like an incredible connection had been formed between all parts of the club.
It's weird because when you get to like November and stuff, people forget like what you're kind of doing it for. So when you're doing it, like everyone's like, you're just rolling through the games, you kind of forget the purpose of what you're achieving. You know, once you get to your Marches and the Aprils and you think, we're going to do it now, you kind of forget about all the hard work and everything you've gone through. So for me personally, every moment has been class and thrown up different curveballs. Yeah, I've enjoyed it all.
Just the last 2 or 3 weeks have been, you know, really special.
It's just a perfect moment for all of us, I'd say.
To celebrate with my family was massive. You know, they've been there since I was 5, 6 playing football.
They're the unsung heroes really. So then as you walk around the pitch with everyone, it's brilliant because you wouldn't have got to where you got to without them as well. So before every game now, I look at my shin pads, my little boys on there, like you just think I'm doing this all for him, you know. It's been a brilliant season and really enjoyable, and just, yeah, thanks to everyone really.
Last but not least, describe the season in one word.
In one word.
Need more than one word, really, don't you?
I don't think I could pick a word, to be honest. It's indescribable, I'd say.
Enjoyable.
Unforgettable.
Remontada.
Memory.
Wow, one word. Wow. That is my word. Wow.
Dynamic.
Amazing.
Special.
Ardar Hog.
Incredible.